Hello,
Hi,
Raylene. Hi, Erik, and hi, YouTube viewers. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Eric says, "What's up, everybody?" He says he's doing fabulous today. He's telling everyone hello, like he's trying to party over here.
Oh, the man could party. Let me tell you. Uh, so, guys, you guys have been sending questions to Raylene, and some of you guys paid the $5, but did not put a question in. You will get your refund, but just remember, after you pay, there's a box that says notes, right, Raylene?
It's when you pay. There's a box that says notes.
Right. You just have to put your question in the area that says notes. So just remember that. But you want to get started, Raylene? Erik?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, Mama.
Let's
He's excited.
all right. Let's see what our first one is here. It's from Roscoe. I would like to ask Erik when my wife and I would be able to reestablish our relationship with our two granddaughters, Mia and Zoe. Thank you. Oh, that's a
Eric
tough one.
says there's gonna be it's gonna be fixed in about 2 years. He says that it's gonna start in the process in about a year, but you guys will have the relationship that you urge for in about 2 years. It'll be complete.
What will it take?
Communication. He says to pick up the phone and start calling. And when they tell you they don't want to talk to you or the parents don't want them involved, just try and be civil with them and tell them that it's not fair that they're doing that. He says communication.
And what else should they say on the phone? Because
How much?
it's not fair. It's not fair is kind of combative. What can they
hmm
say that will open their hearts?
He says to tell them how much he misses them, how much they miss them, and how empty their life is without them.
Oh, that's
Right,
good.
Eric?
That sounds great. All right.
And
All right, here's one from Mario. Hello, amazing Erik. As you may know, I have been trying to open my third eye for the last month or so, but nothing seems to be happening. No progress. I keep in mind what you always say to have no expectations, but I wonder if I'm wasting my time or is it just part of my contract not to get to that point. I have been listening to a recorded meditation with that purpose almost every day, and I've also been playing binaural beat tracks with music I found in YouTube. Is there any specific hertz you would recommend, or can you just simply give me a boost or take a good smack at me to snap me into it? Thanks in advance, buddy. Thanks to you
uh,
too, Raylene.
thank you for your question. Eric has on a superhero cape that looks like something either Batman or Superman would wear. He's being sarcastic with you.
No.
He says, the way that you can open your third eye, he says, it's all good shit for you to listen to those meditations and the binaural beats that you're listening to. But he says that you also need to clear your chakras in your mind. It's not only your third eye that you're trying to open. He says that you have to have all chakras balanced in order for that one to be open and clear.
Okay.
He says essential oils work really good for this type of thing. But he says just finding calm and chaos is what you need to do right now.
And how does he go about doing that?
He says to, as strange as this may be, but to be by himself right now. For him, he needs to find himself more in nature. Being alone is something that he needs to do.
Okay.
Clearing his energy, really finding himself and focusing his chakras. This is all, it looks like doing stuff by yourself, finding yourself, clearing your energy, all chakras, because it's not only one that you want to focus on, because if your heart chakra is not open or if you're not grounded with your root chakra, therefore everything is imbalanced and it's going to be hard to open or clear that chakra.
Well, there are all sorts of chakra clearing things on iTunes. I know that, and probably on YouTube also. So he should look into those.
He should too. Also go to an energy healer to remove any blockages that you may have. That's really good too. For me, that's an easy way, because when you tend to do the work by yourself, it's kind of irritating because you don't feel the progress going when you're doing it yourself. And when you go to somebody else for help, you feel it. At least I do with energy. I feel
Especially
the difference.
somatic people who do body work, who work with your body to
Mhm.
untrap the energy. I had an amazing experience in California with that. So look into somatic healers, I guess, or people who do body work, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And one more question on his hertz. What about the specific hertz that you recommend?
Specific hurts
Mm-hmm.
for this third eye.
Yeah.
It's essential oils,
Oh,
and it's going to be like
but
frankincense.
Okay, but is there like a hertz, like 24, 13 hertz, 14 hertz? Is there a number?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Cynthia, ask Erik question right here. Erik, I was at a party last year and a sweet lady I met said she could see my angels behind me and they had a message for me, but she didn't understand the language they were speaking. Please translate. Ooh, how interesting.
Hmm. And so Erik says hello to you. He says that he's with you quite often. And the message was, it was more of a getting your attention to pay attention to your surroundings, to pay attention to things around you is what they're trying to tell you.
Who were
And
the
this
angels?
for quite some time. These
Okay.
are more of his guides trying to get his attention, their attention.
Were you one of the angels, Erik?
He says no, he wasn't, but he knows of the situation.
Is there
The person needs to pay attention.
is there a concern that she needs to be aware of?
Her thoughts, mostly. Not a concern for like health or anything like that. This is more spiritual to be, when your guides try and get attention to you by using animals, or in this case, it was a person, because they're trying to acknowledge something in your life, paying attention, being aware of things is for her to be aware of her surroundings.
So it's not being aware of a potential rapist or falling
No,
down steps or anything like that. It's just be aware of your thoughts.
exactly.
Okay, anything else?
No.
All right, here's one for Ileana. I have bad memory issues, especially with learning and memorizing facts and lists, and I confuse like terms. I joke that I have verbal dyslexia and a speech impediment for years. Why and how can I solve this?
So this is more of a, I would say, disability, Erik, yes? Like ADHD or dyslexic, things like that. He says that there's a mild form of more like dyslexic for
Oh,
her.
so she's mildly dyslexic.
Yes.
What about the speech? What about the speech impediment?
She says, Erik is telling you, sorry, I didn't mean to call you a she.
Uh-oh, Erik. He can back she up. He can back that up.
Erik is telling you that this is kind of like anxiety. You get nervous around people when you feel like you're being put on spot. It's more of nerves that are attacking this. It's anxieties for you.
Okay, what can she do about both of these, the mild dyslexia and the speech impediment?
Erik is actually talking to her about using crystals, rocks, to help her to calm down. He says that she's a very sensitive person and she responds to energy very well, whether it's negative energy or positive energy, she responds to energy. Use like black tourmaline or tiger's eye for focusing, and that's what it's going to help you with. And it also helps with anxiety as well. Either one of those do.
So she can carry those around in her pocket?
Yes.
Okay.
Or she can wear something like a necklace or a bracelet with either of those.
And sleep with it under her pillow maybe, or?
She can. For those are also stones that need to be cleansed. You cleanse them in the moonlight or in the sunlight.
Okay.
You can go on to Google to learn more about that, or you can get books. They're really informative.
Okay. Anything else? Is there a spiritual reason why she came into the world with these two problems?
Erik is saying past life, and this is communication. He says that she comes from a time when she couldn't communicate. He's showing me when women couldn't talk, they didn't have rights to speak up. And so now she's learning her free will, that she can talk. And so this past life is interfering with this life because it's like a stuttering. You can't get out what you're trying to say. Very much with communication and your throat chakra. It's being affected from past life.
All right. Here's one from Brian. Hi, I am sorry I forgot to ask in a previous question about me, Brian, and Andrea, but Andrea's mother died, and I, Brian, never got to meet her, and we are considering marriage. Does Andrea's mother give the okay for them to get married?
She does give the okay. She thinks that you're an amazing man, Brian, and she tells you, thank you for taking care of my daughter.
Aww.
She's very respectful of you, but she does tell you to be more patient with her daughter, but she loves you very much. She says that her daughter is quite hard to handle from time to time.
Uh-oh. Only a mother will know that.
Right.
Any other messages from Andreas's mother?
That she loves her, and she says that she's happy and she's at peace where she is now. She also says for her to pay attention to her dreams because she's visiting her.
Okay. Oh, nice. All right, Amanda. How can I fix my digestive system so I can absorb nutrients? I am experiencing malabsorption issues. Love ya, Amanda.
So Eric sits down, he's pulling up this black chair. He says that he's trying to be nice, but he says, you need to change your diet. He says that it's not good shit that you're putting into your body. Eat more vegetables, like potatoes, foods from the ground, apples. Not so many fruits, though, because the fruits are high in sugar, so he's wanting you to eat more veggies. Almost like a vegan diet.
Okay.
It's not going to be easy for her to do, so slowly transition yourself.
Okay. Is there anything else that can help, like clearing a certain chakra or?
He says that not particularly with her chakras. This is more body related.
Okay.
For her, if there's a chakra that she would choose to work on, it's going to be in her heart
Okay.
chakra.
All right.
With this, you can wear the color green, the color pink. You can use crystals, any green stone, any pink stone. You can smell roses. You can use essential oil, smell the color rose. The essential oil, smell rose.
Okay.
Shush, Eric. He's making fun of me.
Oh,
So you
Eric.
smell the color rose.
Eric. Why did she come in with these digestive issues?
He's talking about her needing to, very strange, she's needing to set boundaries with herself. She's come in here wanting to do things her own way and not be told what to do. So her body's kind of telling her it's not okay to eat this way, or it's not okay to treat your body the way that you're treating it. So boundaries with herself.
Okay. Here's from Francis. What is my spiritual mission? I always love that one. Everybody should know that. Should ask this question.
Eric says, "I freaking love you, Francis." He's very, I have to say, like respectful with you, almost as if it's your mother that you're talking to. He says that your spiritual mission is purely involved with helping people. He calls you an earth angel. He says, not so much like nursing care, helping like in that sense, but being there when people need a hand, whether it's financial, whether it's you're always there when somebody calls you. He's calling you an earth angel.
Cool.
This is your spirit mission.
Wow. All right, Gala or Gala, I'm not sure. Hi, Eric. This is a question for my loving mom. I was wondering if she could get a message from her father, Gordon. Thank you again, Eric. So Gordon must be on the other side. Yeah.
Gordon is on the other side over here, and he's telling you that it's time to organize your house, go through things that you no longer need. Your mind is very cluttered, and you're finding it hard to focus on things. So he's telling you to declutter your home and get rid of things.
That's the message for
the mother.
The mother. Okay.
Father.
Okay. Now why?
Okay. He's over here and he's telling her that it's okay. It's okay for her to feel the way that she feels right now. She'll know what he's talking about, he says. And I would say the hurt, the feelings, everything that's coming up right now, they're coming up for a reason. So to tell her to go through her thoughts and see what's really important and what she really wants to hold on to, because she's got a lot of, I wouldn't say so much anger, but like regret, things that she's living with that she should have done differently or with life. Tell her that it's okay for her to feel the way that she feels.
What does he look like now?
He looks like he's wearing a hat, like a fishing cap, like he's going outdoors, and he doesn't appear to be sick or anything like that. He looks healthy.
Okay.
Like you can say, he's appearing to be in about his 50s right now. So I would say that he was most comfortable in this time.
Okay.
Healthy. No, you can't tell that he was sick.
Okay, awesome. All right, here's one from Patrick. I'm wondering what my dad thinks we should do with his unfinished work and his library of reference materials.
He says to donate them to libraries, or to, what is the word for that, Eric? It's like gently used books. You know how you could donate books to schools or to organizations, things like that. He's very much, it's like history books. They're books that you can learn from. So donate them to organizations. And then also he's telling you to keep some of the stuff because there's a family member that's into reading and history.
And will that family member help with his unfinished work? Because
Yes.
there's the library of reference material, but there's also the unfinished work.
Yes.
So maybe he'll take that over. He or she will take
And
that
it's a
over.
boy. It's a guy. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't say all of it. He's not going to finish all of it because there's quite a bit of unfinished work that he did. Most of the stuff is going to be donated to organizations.
Okay.
It's work that he did, like personal work that he had did, designs that he had did that he wants to be kept in the home.
Okay. All right. Selena, what is my purpose for this life, Erik?
Children. He says children are a big part of your purpose right now. You've come here to help children, to learn from children, to nurture children. Children.
Okay.
Kids. He says it's
pretty
it's
important.
big old kids. It is. And they're hard. I think kids are sometimes can be very complicated.
Oh, God, I've had 5 of them, I know. And there's many a time where I thought, why didn't I have 5 kittens instead? But that's a lot of litter boxes.
Eric says, Mom.
Well, sorry. But you would have made a cute kitten, Erik. I would have named you Erik. You would have been cute. All right, here's one from Angela. Hello, Erik, Elisa, and Raylene. Ever since I was a very young child to present day, I've had periodic feelings of guilt and shame wash over me. Are these feelings from another life? If so, why?
So Erik sits down and he says that, yes, it's from another life, and no. He says some of it is from this life. He tells you that the feelings of guilt are as if things should have been different, and that does come from another life. But he's also talking about you feeling like you should have done something else in this life, and he says that there is more for you to do. It's not so much guilt. That part comes in from past life. But the part where you feel like something is lacking is from this life. He's telling you that you're going to be helping people. This is spiritual help. This looks like energy work, energy healing that she's going to be doing. She's missing something big right now. Her life is, I would say, just beginning with her spiritual mission.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
It's energy work.
Okay. Can you tell me about the past life that evoked so much guilt and shame?
And this is associated, they talk about a father that is in her life right now, associated with this person. They tell her that she needs to work through some of the communications that she has going on with her father. The past life, they talk about communication. She has the lady who's coming down here for her right now and who was telling her that she communicates with her through her dreams. This lady is a guide of hers. She tells her, I communicate with you through dreams, and she's having a dream that she has periodically, or she's had similar dreams to it. That's the past life. She says that she's connecting to it right now. So she's had this dream repeatedly.
What's the guide's name?
She says Anna, but it's with like an accent.
Okay. All right. So what happened in the past life? I'm confused. What happened that would have evoked guilt? What did she do wrong or think she did wrong?
She hurt her father.
Oh, okay. All right. Killed him or?
Yeah.
Killed her father. That's a big boo-boo. That's not just a hurt. That's all right. So she murdered her father.
Following the communication problems with her father in this life.
Well, we probably all murdered somebody in so many of our lives. All right, here's one from Erica. What is the spiritual reason why I had a thoracotomy and subsequent chronic nerve pain in my 30s? Goodness.
So for her, he says that you need to start being vocal with people. He says that you get vocal when everything builds up with you. It's like you don't tell people when enough is enough. You just take on emotions and then you blow up. He says that this is emotional pain that you have going on in your body, and it is very much real, such as fibromyalgia. He says that it's very chronic nerve pain to her. He says that the reason for this is because you need to speak your mind, be verbal, and tell people when it's okay and when it's not okay to talk to you a certain way or to do things a certain way with you. Also, you have to be patient with yourself because you feel like you have to get, whether it's the housework done, the dinner done, everything done all in such little time. You're giving yourself way too much to do and you're overwhelming yourself. Do one thing at a time. Don't try not to plan your day out. A lot of people like to do that, but I would just say, something little. He was saying you do. He's making fun of the way you write things down too.
I do.
So do one thing at a time. Don't try and plan your whole day out because it's overwhelming you and you're feeling like there's not enough time to do it all. So focus on less instead of focusing on the whole and be patient with yourself. The other thing he says, CBD oil is going to help you. For you, it's not actually the oil that he's talking about. He's talking about a cream-based. The CBD oil is legal in every state, so you can go online and Google search some, but you're going to want to get a cream-based of it.
Okay, so not the CBD oil that has THC. The
Correct.
CBD oil made from hemp will work.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right, here's one from Lois. I have an 11-year-old son with Asperger's and Tourette's syndrome. Will his life be okay, and is there anything I can do to help him?
He will be okay. The only issues that you have with him is going to be communication. He can't express to you the things that he wants or how he feels. He has a very hard time with this. Erik is telling you that he's going to live a very long life. You don't have to worry in that sense. But as far as comfort goes, he likes soft things. So get him like a huge soft pillow. Even as he really gets old into life, he's not going to grow out of it. It's going to be like a mind of a 10-year-old, very young. They're going to like
emotionally or how? Not, I mean,
emotionally, yes.
Okay.
And the soft things are going to calm him down, but it's communication that this person's going to have trouble with. How you can communicate with him differently. Give him options. For him, it's like pictures are going to be good for him. Not so much verbal. Communicate with him differently, like with a picture, with drawings, with painting. Give him options.
Okay. What about having him draw the way he feels or what he wants to communicate?
Exactly. That's going to be another good communication for him. Like with therapies, when you go into their therapist's office, they can have like a picture book on how you feel, whether it's happy, sad. And then they have like different foods that you can choose from. Let him choose. Get like a deck of cards in a sense. You can even make your own, like draw your own pictures of food, draw your own pictures of what you want to do for the day, whether it's the park, whether it's to relax for a little bit. He needs to be active though, so try not to let him relax so much, and that's coming in from Erik. So give him options of what he can do and let him choose from them.
All right. Is there any like group therapy for communication
Water.
skills that would, pardon me?
He's showing him in the water, like pool, things like that. It's going to help with him. And they say that it's going to help with his communication because it helps him to relax. Water, pool.
Yeah, it's very grounding. Water is very grounding.
A bath.
Right. Well, will he, and I think this is the most important question, be able to support himself and be self-sufficient?
So we're going to answer this question in a nice way. He's going to be with you for a long time. There's going to be a point where he will be on his own, but he's going to be more independent of you.
More independent?
Yeah. He's going to be more like
independent.
Dependent. He's not independent. He's going to be more dependent of you.
But will he be able to hold down a job and support himself?
No, not for long periods of time. It's like, no.
So maybe he needs to be on disability.
He will, yes.
Okay. Oh, gosh. All right. This is from...
consistency that he's not going to have because he gets bored with things. So, and it's communication that he's going to have trouble with his life. Yeah. He gets bored with things, and he's a very special, gifted boy. He does see Erik, and he does communicate with Erik along with other spirit guides.
Well, Erik, help him. Be his buddy.
He does.
That's good.
He says that is my buddy. He says that he teaches him things. Erik is showing him how he teaches him to use his mind to create things. It's like manifesting.
Oh, yeah.
And so he can communicate with his mom, like whether it's something that he wants for dinner, he can kind of think about this, and then his mom will give him that for dinner.
Cool.
So Erik's teaching him on a subconscious level.
Okay. Now, Marissa has a question here. Hi, Erik. What should I do about my job right now and my career? Thanks.
He's telling you that your job is not where you're going to be. You're having a new career change. And there's also a move coming to you, a home move. Your career change, he shows you working with, let's see. So this is very much like business oriented that you're going to be going into. He shows you working with people. There's finances involved with this as well, almost like a financial planner. What she's doing right now is not where she's going to be at. I do see her needing to take a class. I would say the class is going to be like maybe a month long for her to get where she needs to be.
Like certified financial planner course or something like that?
Yes. Yes.
Or something similar.
Yes.
All right. Is
It's
she going
not
to
gonna
move within the
be
same? Is she going to move within the same town, or just move?
same state. She's going to be in the same state, and they tell her that the reason for the move is because she needs to declutter her home, and it's time for a new move. New.
That's a good way to do it, to get rid of
Uh-huh.
crap. All right, Mallory. Erik, what advice do you have for me? She's a straight shooter. Short and simple.
He's telling you, Mallory. He sits down and he says, "The advice I have for you is to spend time on yourself, like your daily care, whether it's curling your hair, doing your makeup." He says to sit there and spend some time on yourself because you're not giving yourself enough time. Very much beauty oriented.
All right, so she should pamper herself a little bit.
More than pamper, yes, pamper, but more than pamper.
What do you mean?
She deserves to make herself feel good, on the outside and on the inside. So go and do something with herself as well. You can get all dolled up, but go out and do something too. It's her energy that she needs to, her vibration needs to raise. And when she makes herself feel beautiful, she does. Her
Okay.
vibration raises.
Okay.
He also tells you to talk to me more because he's there with you. He feels neglected as he smiles.
Oh, don't be neglecting our Erik. All right, that sounds good. Rodrigo, here's his
Oh, my
question.
computer's shutting down. My computer shut off.
I know. How did it do that? Out of batteries?
I don't know. That's the second time it's done that. I think I have to go get a new computer.
Erik, was that you? That wasn't you, was it, Erik?
He says, no, it wasn't me.
Okay. Well, that's okay. We will splice these two videos together. It's easy. So here's one from Rodrigo. What's up, Erik? Hey, man, lately in the past 2 years, I've been having horrible anxiety. 2 years ago, I graduated with a physics degree, this being the best experience of my life. The anxiety came when and I don't have the
And
rest of it.
it cut off on PayPal too.
Ah.
So he's talking to you and he says that, hello, by the way, he says that you're one of his dudes. He communicates with you quite often. Um, you are experiencing anxiety, and he says that this is a different kind of anxiety. He says that you're very sensitive. He talks to you about being sensitive like an empath. He says that you
Mm.
pick up energy that doesn't belong to you. So
Oh.
while you were in school, you were experiencing a feeling and a sense of being overwhelmed very easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of the bulk of people that you were around. Um, Sticky tape. He goes, imagine yourself as sticky tape, to double-sided sticky tape, and energy sticks to it. He says that there's quite a bit of people that are like this, and whether it's positive energy or negative energy, it sticks to you and it goes home with you. Therefore, it stays on you as anxiety.
It sounds
The,
like he had the anxiety after he graduated, because he said he graduated 2 years ago, and
mhm,
seems like that's when the anxiety happened. Why is that?
it peaked. He tells him because he's growing spiritually, as he was getting into about the empath and him being spiritual. He says it's because he's growing spiritually and he's shifting. This for him is very much a sense of overwhelming, like he's doing too much in little time, is how he's feeling. They ask him he has a guide who's coming down. His guide's name is Esther. She's looks like she's from biblical time.
Oh.
She tells you that you're going to be very successful with life and that you have nothing to worry about. She's
Oh.
asking you to do meditation. You're an active meditator, not a person that can sit there or lay down. Very much being outdoors in nature, riding your bike, walking, going fishing. Going out into nature is going to be a form of active meditating for you. It's also a sense of cleansing your energy. The reason why this is going on, they tell him because he's going to be doing spiritual work.
Mm. Like what kind of spiritual
This
work?
is very much energy work. talking to Erik, he says that this is already happening. This happens in the form of his thought, as you already know. Talking to yourself, he says that it's almost as if you talk to yourself quite often, but right before this happens, you'll think about me. He says it's not by coincidence that this happens, it's channeling. You've got to learn how to use your abilities. It's very much, it could be complicated because it's, you think you're talking to yourself. He goes, the fucking ego, it tends to get in the way.
Oh, yeah.
So he says that you have conversations with me, pay attention more often. Spiritual reason for this going on is to have control over your own energy. Sounds strange, right? And it's hard to, I think it's hard to learn how to have control over your own energy and how to
Sure.
have control over your own energy because you don't understand when you're feeling somebody else's energy, somebody else's mood. It just happens like that. It's coming over you and your mood changes. The anxiety hits you very quickly.
Is there a way to protect himself from the negative energy coming in?
That's what he was saying. He says, do forms of protection. He says that you can use crystals. Anybody can use rocks, crystals to protect themselves. Black tourmaline is really good for energy protecting. Wear it in your pocket, wear it as a bracelet, as a necklace, put it in your bra.
I don't
Any,
think Rodrigo's going to put it in his
I
bra.
know, he's just
Maybe
kidding.
his boxers. No, he'd have to wear
Example
whitey
could not
tidies
use
for
it.
that. For that to work, it'd have to be whitey tidies or briefs. Okay, that
Uh,
sounds good. That sounds good. Now I got one from Kelly. I've lost 3 pregnancies. Can you tell me anything about them and see if they have any messages for me? What was I to learn from these losses? One thing that as a doctor I'll say is very common when you lose pregnancies early is some people have something called an anti-cardiolipin antibody that attacks the embryo before it can, I mean, sometimes even before it can implant or right after implantation. So sometimes taking a baby aspirin for the first 3 weeks of a pregnancy or even a little bit before that can help. Also, DHEA, 25 milligrams a day, can also help. I've gotten so many people pregnant, that didn't sound right, with the combination of these 2 medications. Anyway,
your son.
what?
He goes, only if I could have done that too, but he's being something else over here.
But anyway, just check with your OBGYN, of course,
Of
and
course.
perhaps get that anti-cardiolipin antibody blood test. All right, so what do you think? Can you tell anything
So
about these? Any
the soul,
messages? Anything to learn?
you do have 3 of them over here. 2 of them are going to be girls. One of them is going to be a boy. They were very early on losses. And they're talking about the body not being ready to take it. It does look like these children came back to her already. And this is one soul. It's not all, this is going to be really hard to understand. They're the same soul. They did come down as 2 girls and 1 boy, but they're the same soul, the same person. You can think of it.
Okay.
This soul was very, um, when a soul wants to come down and they want to live, they make it a point to have that happen. It's going to happen. So these souls were very, how do I say this, persistent,
Okay.
and they kept trying. And when something like that happens, usually angels intervene. They help to make the pregnancy happen, to make the baby come. So that soul is actually in your life right now.
What do you
Uh,
mean?
the soul is there. This person, the babies, the losses that she's lost, is in her life right now.
As a what?
As a child, this is going to be a girl.
Oh, she. Are you saying she's pregnant now?
She has a daughter. The daughter is this soul.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha. All right. Interesting. All right. So, anything she needs to learn from these losses?
Erik is talking to her about being patient, learning how to be patient. And when you want something really bad and it just doesn't happen, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
He says it's very much patience. And the loss, he says that's really hard to get over or to get through. He's talking about her needing to be like talking to herself, finding herself, doing things that are going to better her health, very much to help herself. As strange
Okay.
as that sounds, to lose a baby to help yourself, it's what happened.
Okay. All right. This is from Sprinkling Sunshine. I love that. Erik, did you help my boy Jeremy transition last June? And is Jeremy a rainbow child, or can you tell me a little bit about rainbow children?
Jeremy was an indigo child, and yes, he did. Rainbow children are very sensitive children, a lot like indigo children. They have psychic abilities, they see things, and they feel things that don't belong to them. Yes, he did help them.
Oh, that's good. Anything else you can say about Jeremy? Does Jeremy have a message for his mom?
Jeremy says he's sorry.
Okay.
It's very emotional for him. He's thanking you, Elisa, for giving him this opportunity.
Oh. Any other message? Okay. All right. Well, Erik, thank you for helping Jeremy. All right. Here's
Probably.
Mrs. MMF, and then the last name, which I don't want to share. Hi, Erik. I would like to know my life purpose, please. Am I doing enough to fulfill whatever that is? Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity.
He says, yes, you are doing enough to fulfill your life purpose. He's telling you what you could be doing more of is being with family. He says that you've come down here specifically to have family, to have that relationship, not only like with children or with husband, it's a bunch of people. Which she's doing it, and she's doing a good job of it. Very family oriented.
That's good. So, what is her life purpose?
How do I say this? Like nurturing, mothering, being here for relationships, family. It's not like she came down here to work. You know how some people have like career and stuff
Sure.
like that. She's completely different. She came down here to have relationships.
Awesome. Is there anything she's meant to teach?
Love.
Okay.
She's very good with teaching love. I wouldn't say teaching it, but expressing it more than teaching.
Well,
And then
that's a
people
way
pick
to
up
teach.
habits from her.
Pardon me?
People pick up habits from her because they see her good behavior, her actions teach people.
Okay. That's awesome. All right, here's the last one, Candy. Hey, Erik, Elisa, Raylene. I would like to know if I or anyone in my family are what they call an indigo, crystal, or I think the other is called rainbow children. Thanks. Love you all.
Everybody in your family is an indigo, including yourself. Erik has a shit grin smile on his face, and he says that when everybody in the home is indigo, they kind of have a hard time getting along with each other because they're all so sensitive. They get emotional, and one person attacks the other person, and then the other person's attacking them back.
Oh,
He says,
boy.
you guys are a sensitive bunch, and stop being so sensitive.
Why did they all come together as indigos in the same family?
As they're going to be teaching people. She is going to be learning more about this. And you know how there's like organizations set up for, I wouldn't say so much an organization, more of like a blog that she's going to be doing. And she's going to be teaching people about, this is indigo, not crystal, about indigo families and teaching people how to cope with your children, even your spouse, and you guys are both so sensitive and so alike. He's telling you not, when he says not to be so sensitive, he says it's hard, right?
Yeah.
But is ways that you can stop being so sensitive is try to look at the other person's actions. Did they mean for it to come off the way it said? Because when you're indigo, you tend to say things that you don't mean, or they come off harsh. So think about it, could they have said it differently? And if yes, then I wouldn't take it so personal.
Yeah, you got to think of the person's intention, too.
Yeah.
Almost everybody's intentions are benevolent, So anything else you want to
There's
tell?
activity going on in their home as well, and she needs to cleanse the home. Do sage. Start from the back of the home. Have a door open so you have an exit point. And energy comes in many, many forms. It could be in the form of somebody's bad day, somebody's stress, anxiety, or it could be a spirit that just wants to stay in the home and visit you.
Yeah. Okay.
Erik says, like me, but he says, I'm the type of spirit that you don't have to get rid of.
No, of course not. Well, Erik, is there anything else you want to share with your viewers?
He says, thank you very much for watching and listening. He says that he loves everybody. He tells people that he leaves smells. They're not very lovely smells.
No.
To pay attention to them. Quite often, you guys are blaming your spouses or your family members for the stinkiness in the home when it's Erik.
Or the poor dog, always getting blamed for that sort of thing. All right, that sounds great. We are going to post this Saturday. So you'll be watching this Saturday, and we're going to finish the other questions on the Tuesday that follows, and I'll post that on Wednesday, or at least it might be in several YouTubes. So it's a process. It takes some time. She got a lot of questions this time, so
We did.
we're going to start limiting the number from now on. Now that we've figured out how to do that. So anything else you want to say, Raylene?
Thank you guys. I hope you have enjoyed Erik. He's happy to be here with everybody.
And your website is, should they want to have a full session with you or sign up for the monthly Q&A, is
angelmedium7.com, and that's the number 7, not spelling 7.
okay. And when will you have available the next time to sign up and submit questions?
April. So April 1st, I'm going to have it up.
Okay.
And the questions, starting April 1st, we're just going to have, I would say, room for about 40 questions. And as soon as it hits that, the PayPal is just going to go off automatically.
Okay. That sounds good.
Next month will be different.
Sounds good. Thank you. And y'all stay tuned for the messages that follow. Talk to you soon, Raylene.
Thank you. Bye.
I love you, Erik.
He says he loves you too, and thank you.
Bye.
Bye.